and welcome to this week's episode of the Bond Room Unlocked, whereby we'll be focusing on the 1981 film For Your Eyes Only and one of its iconic vehicles, with a few fan favourite vehicles thrown in.
Picture a young boy in the mid-1970s and gets his first experience of the wonderful world of James Bond. And my favourite Bond vehicle, something I feel completely nostalgic about every time I see it, is Little Nelly in You Only Live Twice. In many ways it's as classic a Bond vehicle as the Aston Martin. And what makes it even more wonderful is that during the sequence in the film of You Only Live Twice, it's underscored by the classic James Bond theme. What we have is the wonderful sense of rockets, guns and mines, as Bond disposes of all the evil Spectre agents who try to stop him discovering the secret of the volcano lair of Ernst Stavro Blofeld. And what makes it even grander is the fact that you see it over the many different aspects of the Japanese coastline, though I know some of you will tell me that part of it was filmed in Spain. So ultimately, Little Nelly is that exciting James Bond gadget, and a gadget for all occasions.
So For Your Eyes Only from 1981, a moodier, more grittier Bond film than that of its predecessor, Moonraker, in 1979. It's Roger's fifth outing as Bond, and he has to find a lost encryption device before it gets into the wrong hands. Now, For Your Eyes Only is a popular choice with fans, but I find that it's mid-level in my particular rankings. However, one of the things that I do like about the film is the use of the French vehicle, the Citroën 2CV. Now, this bright yellow vehicle belongs to Bond girl Melina Havelock in the film and is pursued when Bond's Red Lotus is destroyed. Now remember, women and cars are Bond's two faithful companions.
My name is Kristen Stanton, or Leo John Stanton, and my favourite James Bond 007 car is the Lotus Esprit, driven by Sir Roger Moore in The Spy Who Loved Me. Yeah, it's one of my favourite James Bond films as well. I own the Spy Who Loved Me watch as well. Yeah, I love the car because it goes underwater. Yeah, it fires like torpedoes underwater.
Now, having this quirky vehicle in a car chase is typical of the Roger Moore era. I mean, the guy could deal with any type of vehicle: speedboat, bondola, double-decker bus, tuk-tuk, to name but a few. But what of the 2CV? Why was this chosen? Now, given its bright yellow colour and the design, and putting it in a high-octane car chase not only adds to the comedic elements of the film, but it also highlights the fact that Bond can be resourceful and drive absolutely anything to make a quick getaway in sometimes spectacular style.
Forwards quickly.
So let's forget about all the other Bond cars. Let's go for my personal favourite, the 1974 AMC Hornet. That beautiful red coat of paint and that 5.9 litre V8 engine. Music to my ears. We'll never forget the first time I saw that car doing that corkscrew jump, to later find out there was no CGI and done in one take. Remains in my heart forever. Absolute perfection. Mwah, chef's kiss to that one.
Now, the 2CV is far from a glamorous vehicle. more a commodity for everyday life. But when it was introduced back in 1948, it was way above its technological advances for a time. It was low cost, it had front wheel drive and provided easy handleability. Now maybe that is why it was used to convey Bond's driving expertise without the aid of any gadgets. Now Roger Moore proclaimed that this was one of his favourite vehicles from his film era.
Hello Vicky, this is Alf from Cleves. It's my favourite Bond vehicle. It's the tank that Bond uses in GoldenEye. With the tank, Bond beats the Russians at their own game. And the trail of destruction that Bond leaves behind is wonderful to see.
Now on release of the film, Citroën launched a special edition 2CV 007 onto the car market. It had a standard engine and 007 across the bodywork, as well as having fake bullet hole stickers. And so here I have a Solido model of the special edition Bond 2CV. Now Solido are a French die-cast and model car manufacturer established back in the 1930s, and the company is known for its realistic models. Now in the 1990s, this company introduced bigger prestige models, and this is when I obtained this fantastic vehicle, as this is one of the prestige models. And on the box there we have just turn it on its side for you all, the poster of For Your Eyes Only, and the fantastic model there highlighting the 007 and the fake bullet holes. Such an eye-catching vehicle, and that's why I think maybe, yes, it is an iconic vehicle because it's memorable. Do you have one of these vehicles, or do you have a different brand, a different manufacturer of these vehicles like Corgi? Let me know at the end of the video. It would be great to hear what you think.
One of my favourite Bond vehicles is from Live and Let Die. What do you get if someone puts the body of a Cadillac Eldorado on a chassis of a Chevrolet Corvette? Well, Les Dunham did just this in 1973 and the Corvorado was born. This pimp car is one of only 7 ever made and went on to star in other films including Superman. It was built with original Cadillac steel fenders and skirts, but the engine, the chassis, the passenger compartment, the side windows and even the roof are all pure Corvette. Driven by Whisper in the film, the Corvorado's secret weapon is a dart gun hidden in the passenger side wing mirror, whilst a screen on the dashboard allows him to line up the target. With a quick press of a button, the mirror fires a dart coated in quick-acting poison. Poor Charlie, although almost deadly for Bond. Not quite an iconic car as such, but it's cool, classy and ingenious.
So if you have enjoyed this look at the 2CV and its place within For Your Eyes Only, then please click on the notifications below and give it an MI6 stamp of approval. And why not subscribe to the channel? I take items from this Bond room and relate them to the films that we know and love, like we have done so today. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram, and catch me co-hosting with Tom Pizzato and Dan Silvestri at spymovienavigator.com, cracking the code of spy movies, where we'll be looking at Daniel Craig's films and their pre-title sequences, so look out for those. I'd like to thank all my guests today, and I'd like to thank you for joining me. I hope wherever you're going to watch No Time to Die, you enjoy it, and I'll see you next week.
Favorite Bond car? For me, I'm going to pick a very controversial answer. I will say the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish that first appeared in Die Another Day. But the reason I'm picking it is because the way I was introduced to Bond was through the video games Nightfire and Everything or Nothing, and that was the car that you used in both games. And I thought it was the coolest car as a kid, being able to drive it with the invisibility and all. And I just think it just looked very nice. I know it's a very controversial answer, but I have fond memories of using that car in many video games, and I figured it would be a nice change to what most people will probably pick. So I will say the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish.